So today, July 1, 2025, this is the statement on utterances of Rigathi Gachagua, the former Deputy President, and Maragua Member of Parliament, Mary Wamaua. We are here to call out and demand an immediate stop to a campaign being waged by a section of leaders from Mount Kenya against the few Luo leaders in government and the leadership of the Luo community outside government. We are particularly concerned about the venom that has been spewed against the Prime Minister Raila Odinga, the Cabinet Secretary in charge of Treasury, Honorable John Mbadi, and the Cabinet Secretary in charge of Energy and Petroleum, Honorable James Opiyo Wandayi, by Honorable Rigathi Gachagua and Honorable Mary Njoroge Wamaua of Maragua constituency. In this dirty campaign, even members of the Luo community holding service positions are being singled out for attacks. In the last few days, Interior Principal Secretary Dr. Raymond Omollo has been the target of an online campaign by bloggers associated with Gachagua and other Mount Kenya leaders. The scheme will soon be extended to target every other Luo officer in government, including sweepers and tea makers in government offices. In this entire campaign, it is coming out very clearly that the rebellion being staged by Gachagua is not about the performance of the government. It is about the placement of Luos in certain positions in government and the rapport between the Prime Minister, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, and President Dr. William Samoei Ruto. In the words of Rigathi Gachagua and Mary Wamaua, it is unbelievable that John Mbadi is in charge of the country's national treasury and Honorable Opiyo Wandayi is at the Ministry of Energy as Cabinet Secretary. Gachagua and his ilk finds it a crime that Raymond Omollo is the Principal Secretary for Interior. Mary Wamaua has gone way further and stated that her community always prays for the death of Right Honorable Raila Odinga. They find it unbelievable and unacceptable that Raila is still alive and working with President William Samoei Ruto. To date, no leader from their region or elsewhere has seen it necessary to condemn the attacks of Gachagua or Wamaua. Everyone is happy and comfortable with the bashing of Luos and Raila Odinga in particular. We find it unbelievable that people who call themselves leaders can harbor such hate and let it out in public utterances. We are here to let Gachagua, Wamaua, and others who think like them understand that the pain they feel today about the very Luos in government, the Luo nation has gone through and lived with since independence. Don't forget that Mount Kenya region has 8 members in President Ruto's cabinet against 1 Luo and 1 Suba. But we have handled it better and with decorum. We responded to our marginalization, brutalization, and stigmatization by fighting for a fairer and more just Kenya for all Kenyans. We handled it by fighting for constitutional changes that brought in a new constitution that allows people to even wish death to leaders, as Wamaua did, and still get away with it. Let us be clear to Gachagua and Wamaua. Like all other tribes, the Luo are in Kenya by right, not by invitation. Like all other communities, we are here to stay. We are not going anywhere, anytime, sooner or later. So they have to know how to live with us. We will always fight for a just fair, and more equitable Kenya. In the process, as Luo leaders, we will fight for rightful share of the national cake for our people without any fear or apologies. This deliberate plot to profile and intimidate Luos in and out of government by the likes of Gachagua must stop. Everyone in this country knows we cannot be intimidated. It is a futile exercise. It is a lost cause. It won't work and will not work, not with Luos. Finally, God has been gracious and kind to Right Honorable Raila Odinga. Despite decades of prayers for his death by others, God has granted Raila Odinga a good health and a long life. Mr. Gachagua, Wamaua, and all our brothers and sisters who have been wishing death to Raila Odinga is here to stay. Please get used to him. I thank you. My brother, Honorable TJ Kajuan, has joined, and he will be able to handle any question that you will have directed our way. And he will be able to handle any question that you will have directed our way. Thank you.
Well, before I handle any question, let me put my thoughts also to the brilliant thoughts made by my two brothers, which you now have. You know, the issue that we are dealing with is a question of tribal profiling of Kenyans. It really not confined to the venom that was spewed a few days before, but it is an inspection of how political leaders, you know, mobilize and radicalize tribes against tribes. I wouldn't care a thing about this lady called Wamaua. Is a junior member, and I don't think it's not in my place to respond to her. But I find regarding Gachagua, I think he must be having issues that are arising directly from his impeachment. He needs to deal with the fact that he is a person who cannot hold public office ever. He needs to deal with that. He is going around mobilizing and radicalizing his kinmen, or so he thinks. But those are just people who may not be well informed. But those of us who know the constitutional law, we know that that door closed the day Senate voted against him. And he's not going to open it, whether in corridors of courts or whether in public. That he has to deal with. So he's not going to take his public frustration on individuals who are performing civil service duties. And when he speaks about Raila, I find him very unkempt. Gachagua has no right to talk. He's not in Raila's circle. He's not his age mate. He's not his profile. He just served one term here and never uttered a word. I served with him myself. I can tell you for fact. Never said anything. Then, by repentance, because of the tribal factor, he became a vice president or a deputy president. So he has no profile to speak about Raila. But the other day, I've seen a lot of clips. Even when he was in office, he was desiring, he was very thirsty of Raila, either against the bars or death itself. So when now he finds himself secluded in dustbins of oblivion, now he begins to speak to Raila. I take it very unkindly, and I hope Kenyans of goodwill, people who are drawn to think, will not take him seriously at all, and we will resist this tribal profiling of anybody from all sides, whether Luo or Giriama or anybody else. Thank you so much.
Let me add one thing. As I said in my statement, there are 8 people from the Mount Kenya region serving in cabinet of President William Samoei Ruto. If Gachagua and his ilk believe that this government is as rotten as they would want the nation to believe, why are they not asking these 8 to resign from that government? That is the highest level of hypocrisy ever seen in this country. And number 2, why are these 8 people very quiet when the government that they serve in is under attack? Those 8 individuals hailing from Mount Kenya region should talk to Gachagua in a language that he understands to stop attacking the government that feeds them. Lastly, there is a word that has recently been coined here called Cousins. And the Cousins simply means the Gema region. The current deputy president is a cousin, if going by the words of Gachagua. Why do they find it very difficult that another cousin is occupying the office of a deputy president? Must it just be Gachagua? And when did he realize that actually Gema are cousins? Now, my friend from the Kamba Nation has also been dragged as part of the cousins, just because some people are under immense attack from the government. Not attack physically, but attack by giving them alternatives to what the government should be like. And finally, we need alternatives. One-term slogan is not an alternative. President Ruto has brought in affordable housing and has brought in SHA that handles issues of health. What is the alternative to this that President Ruto has brought? Not one term. One term can never be a campaign slogan, can never be an alternative to the problems bedeviling this country. I thank you.
All right, as we have said, we are not coming here as LUOS, although we are. And we are not coming in defense of LUOS. That's not our job. We have come here to talk about people who are profiling people in terms of their tribal extraction. That's it. So now that there is no question, shall we leave? Oh, no, Oron,
no, I just wanted
have your piece.
I just wanted to add that Raila Odinga is not unequal to Gachagua. The freedom of speech that Gachagua is enjoying today was fought for by Raila Odinga. The constitution that Gachagua is enjoying today was fought for by Raila Odinga. So Gachagua needs to stop and remove Raila Odinga's from his mouth, the name from his mouth. That is not going to change Kenya. Raila Odinga enjoys the whole support from the whole of the country. He cannot continue every time he opens his mouth, it's Raila Odinga. The LUOS, like any other Kenyans, deserve the right to work in Kenya and to hold any position in this country. And it's not by mistake that the president appointed PS Omollo as the internal security PS. It's not by mistake that the president appointed Mbadi or appointed Wandai as the CS Energy. And I would want to send a message to the two leaders and any other leader who is thinking of mentioning the names of the LUOS who are in the government, that they need to stop that. That is not acceptable. We live in Kenya and we are here to stay. Thank you.